What if ethics could be reduced to an equation, a mathematical model capable of calculating among infinite possibilities which action is the most just? That is the provocation I once put forward in a paper I never published. My idea was simple, yet dizzying: to imagine the ethical value of a choice as a function to be maximized. Within this function, three universal components converge: collective well-being, what we call utilitarianism; respect for rules and rights, what we call deontology; fairness in the distribution of benefits and harms, what we call equity. Each of these principles is assigned a numerical weight, a parameter reflecting what a society or an individual considers most important. It is like parametric optimization. Change the weights and the decision changes. A doctor may privilege fairness. A judge may privilege rules. An engineer may privilege the maximization of collective welfare. But that's not enough. The formula also introduces a factor of risk aversion, because it's not only the absolute value that matters, uncertainty matters too. A treatment that can either save or destroy is not ethically equivalent to a safer but less effective cure. So the variance of outcomes becomes part of morality itself. In other words, ethics becomes a problem of calculation, an optimization under constraints, a game of numbers and weights that transforms millennia-old principles into computable functions. And this is where artificial intelligence comes in. Today, we already entrust machines with crucial decisions: cars that drive themselves, algorithms that filters job candidates, systems that determine who gets a loan or who receives medical treatment. Behind each of these choices, there is always a hidden formula, a function being optimized. The real question is, which weights are being set? And who decides whether a single life, a rule, or an equitable distribution of risk matters more? A legislator, an engineer, or an algorithm learning from our own data and prejudices? And what if tomorrow artificial intelligence were capable of learning its own ethics, self-adjusting those weights, adapting them to cultural, social, or historical contexts? We would have created not just intelligent machines, but moral machines. And then we would have to ask, whose conscience are we programming? Our own, or something utterly different? The paradox here is clear. Reducing ethics to a formula may look like the triumph of reason. But at the same time, it is also an abyss. Because every coefficient, every parameter is a political, cultural, existential choice. To write the equation of ethics is to decide who we are, and above all, who we want to become. So the question is no longer whether we can write this formula. Yes, indeed, we can write this formula. The real question is, are we ready to live in a world where conscience itself becomes a function to optimize?